In a quite beautiful village, in a beautiful forest, there lived a wise old Zen master. Known for his deep understanding of life's mysteries, people often sought his counsel. One day, a troubled young man, burdened by the weight of life's disappointments, came to visit the master. His eyes were heavy with sorrow, and his heart felt crushed under the weight of unfulfilled desires and broken dreams. "Master," the young man began, his voice tinged with despair, "I've tried so hard to find happiness, but it always slips through my fingers. What is the secret to true happiness?" The master looked at the young man with compassion and smiled gently, seeing the yearning in his eyes. Without saying a word, the master stood up and motioned for the young man to follow him. They walked in silence through the village. The only sounds were the rustling of leaves in the wind and the distant chirping of birds. The young man, lost in thought, didn't notice where they were heading until they arrived at a beautiful garden tucked away behind the temple. The garden was a sanctuary of life and color, with vibrant flowers blooming in every corner. Bees buzzed contentedly from flower to flower, and butterflies danced in the sunlight. The air was filled with the sweet fragrance of blossoms, and the young man felt a sense of peace wash over him. The master paused by a particularly radiant flower, its petals a brilliant shade of crimson. He gently plucked it and held it out to the young man. "Look at this flower," the master said. "It doesn't bloom for itself. It blossoms to share its beauty with the world, expecting nothing in return." The young man furrowed his brow, confused by the simplicity of the gesture. "But how does that help me find happiness, master?" he asked, his voice tinged with frustration. The master, still holding the flower, gazed into the young man's eyes and replied, "Happiness is not found in what we take, but in what we give. Just like this flower, love is not about what we can gain. It's about what we can offer to others. When we share love, without expecting anything in return, we cultivate joy not only in our own hearts, but also in the hearts of others." The young man listened, his heart softening as he began to understand the wisdom in the master's words. He realized that he had been searching for happiness in all the wrong places, in material success, in the approval of others, in fleeting pleasures. But true happiness, he now saw, was something deeper, something that came from within and was nurtured by acts of kindness and love. "Master," the young man said after a moment of reflection, "how can I learn to love like that? How can I cultivate this kind of selfless joy?" The master smiled warmly, seeing the change in the young man's demeanor. "Start small," he advised. "Begin with a kind word, a helping hand, or a listening ear. Love grows in the moments we choose to connect with others, in the simple acts of compassion we offer each day. Over time, these small acts will blossom into a garden of joy within your heart." The young man looked around the garden, now seeing it with new eyes. Each flower, each leaf, each living thing seemed to pulse with the same energy of life and love the master spoke of. He felt lighter, as if the weight that had burdened him for so long was beginning to lift. With newfound clarity and a heart brimming with hope, the young man thanked the master deeply. He left the garden, feeling a sense of purpose he had never known before. As he walked back through the village, he noticed the people around him, each person a potential recipient of the love and kindness he now wished to share. From that day forward, the young man chose to live differently. He no longer sought happiness in external achievements, but found it in the connections he made and the love he gave freely. His life became a reflection of the lesson he had learned in the master's garden, that love is not just an emotion, but a choice we make every day, a choice that leads to true, lasting happiness. Thank you for watching. And remember, true love cannot be found where it does not exist, nor can be denied where it does.